Hello, you're on the channel Let's Talk Business with Dennis Fugel, CPA, Chartered Professional Accountants, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today I would like to talk to you about a topic how you can save money on a bookkeeping work, pay less money. I'm going to give you two advices that may help you and going to reduce your bill. First advice, if you're a little bit familiar with Excel sheet and computer-wise, please open your Excel sheet and you're gonna need two sheets, only two. One sheet for expenses, three, and the second sheet for income. On column A, you're gonna write date. On column B, you're gonna write description. On column C, you're gonna write total. And if you would like to add to other total breakdown of the amounts, you're more than welcome. You're gonna record expenses by the day they occur, and you're gonna write what kind of expense it was and how much you paid. For example, on January 5th, you went to Staples and you buy office supplies for $112 in total. Why 112? 100 cost you supplies and $12 you pay for the taxes, GST and PST. GST 5%, 7% PST, in total $12, GST and PST, $12. So you're gonna write 112. If you would like to break down how much taxes you paid, you can add additional column GST and PST column, and you can write the amounts. And that's what you're going to do every single day that you have your expenses. In the end of the day, when you come back from your work, at the end of your business, you close the doors of the business, come home or at your business, spend additional 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, maybe less, and record your expenses. Please do not record as a lump sum. If you're gonna write $2,000 on February 10, God knows what this 2,000 is or are. If you're gonna look at this 6 months later, you would not know what money you spent on. Please break down this 2,000. For example, 500 supplies, 400 repairs and maintenance, 300 payment bill to supplier, 200 entertainment. I don't know, but this is a breakdown that you're gonna do for your expenses, and that's how you're gonna record all your expenses during the period that you need. If you bring in your books every month, so on a monthly basis you're gonna record your expenses and income. This is the same with the income. If you have more than one source of income, please make columns and describe what kind of income you received. Maybe sell from customers or consulting or something else. If you have more than one product, you have one major products and other is minors. So don't record all the minors product. For example, you have 20 categories of minor products. No need to record all the categories of 20 minus product. Choose one main, and the second can be other income or other products. Okay? And this is what you're going to give to your bookkeeper in the end of the day. Not in the end of the day, in the end of the cycle when you're bringing him your books. If it's on a monthly basis, quarterly, semi-yearly or yearly. Okay, you're going to bring the books plus the supports. Now you're going to say, well, what for I have the bookkeeper if I'm doing all the work for him? Well, first of all, this is internal records. This is records for you. For any time, you can come to your records and you will know how much you spent, what you spent, and what is your income is. For the bookkeeper, you're bringing him once a month the record, so he's gonna record it. Your records is up to date. He is not. One. Second, every time that you need information, you're gonna call to bookkeeping and gonna ask him, hey, what's going on? Send me my profit and loss. Yes, possible, no problem. It's always gonna be with a delay because he doesn't have all the records of your books. So the pictures that you're gonna see is not up to date. And but you have the records and it's in electronic form, so to you it's much easier. Okay, and nobody transfer records to bookkeeper on a daily basis. Okay, it's usually if you have too much volume, so you're transferring 2 times a month, but usually majority of the business is transferring once a month, and then it's going, if you have less transactions once a year. But this process, this tip, first tip, is basically tracking of all your expenses and income internally for you. You're not required to fill out all the invoices and all this crazy things that bookkeepers do. No, it's for you. In the end of the day, for 10-15 minutes, you're just recording them, and that's it. Second thing that it can help you, it is to take your expenses and income and put them into the binder. And in this binder, there will be chronologically by the date your expenses, and the other side of the binder is going to be your income chronologically by the date. This is basically support for your records. This supports anyway you need to give your bookkeeper, so you have it, but you're going to organize it by the date. Okay, don't spill it out everything in one bag like shoebox and bring to them, because when you're bringing this mess, sorry for but this is actually mess, bringing this mess to bookkeeper or CPA, they gonna organize your invoices by the dates in chronological order in order to record it, and it's take time. Guys, you're paying to bookkeepers and CPAs for our time. That's it. It's simple as is. Less time we spend on your file to record it, to organize it, less money you pay. The tips that I'm giving, it's not new inventions that I invented. No, this is old. Everybody knows that, but not a lot of people, or majority of the people doing that. If you're gonna do this, then your bill in the end of the day gonna be much, much lower than you're paying right now. If you're already doing this, good for you, kudo for you. But to track internally your expenses in the Excel sheet, it's going to help for you to know exactly the picture of your business. For example, you have a huge volume of sales, or you have a sales and you have some expenses, and you're thinking you are in the sky, you're flying in the sky because everything is good, you have sales, the income coming, you have expenses, and you're thinking that you're profitable. But at the end of the day, you are not. You have losses. And you think, oh my gosh, wow, what am I doing wrong? So with these internal records and or, okay, either or, with bookkeeper records, you're going to give to CPA, to chartered professional accountants, and we're going to do analysis of your books. And we're going to, first of all, we're going to talk to you to ask and understand what is your business is, how it works, okay? And then we're going to dive inside the records, whether internal, yours, or external, whatever the bookkeeper gave us, okay? And we're going to analyze and see what's going on. For example, one of the reasons can be that you can be in a loss is that you're ordering too much. Instead of ordering 100 units of products, you're ordering 150. And this extra, because you're afraid that you always, you must have more inventory, more stock in the hands. This is maybe what's throwing you off. And that's why you're always in a loss position, because this 50 units can be substantially for your business, okay? This is one of the examples that we, as a CPA, may find what is the problem, and we can advise you and say, listen, you're ordering too much. You should not. For example, your sales never have been more than 100 units. Even 100 units, it's more than you need. You don't need to order additional 50, okay? So you're overstocking. There's an issue with overstocking of the products that we can advise you that this is the issue. There's a lot of issues that can happen with your books, that maybe you are not profitable enough, or you're in a loss position, okay? And this we're gonna analyze, and this is what we're gonna do. And how we're doing? We're doing it based on your records, okay? That giving to us in electronic form, Excel sheet, or with a professional software as a QuickBooks, or simply there's many also Xero products on the market, also providing for you the reports, and we're gonna analyze what is the issue is. So the first one was to record at the end of the day the transactions. The second, I already mentioned in the first one, organize your stuff in chronological order, all the expenses, everything. If you're not computerized savage, you don't like Excel sheet, this is a solution. Just give it one, can be folder for the expenses, the other one for the income, and you're giving two binders. And these two binders by date, your income and your expenses, and that's what you're giving to your, and that's what you're giving to your bookkeeper, okay? And he gonna record it. Also, very important that your bookkeeper gonna do bank reconciliation and visa reconciliation. And when we doing, I'm saying we because CPA also doing bookkeeping if the clients want us to, okay? So when we're doing this, when we're downloading information from the bank, there's expenses. Anyway, we need this. We need this because we don't know what you paid for. And this invoice is going to help us to put in correct category your expenses and attribute your income the same. Okay, so we need this anyway. Anyway, you need to do that. A lot of people may be doing that, but not in a chronological order. They're giving shoebox with all the invoices, and it's not my problem. That's why I'm paying you money for, and you break your head. Yes, no problem, but you're gonna pay money. It means that I'm gonna spend more time on you, on your file, in order to do it correct and right. By doing these two things, you basically not eliminating, you're making my life easier, okay? I spend less time on your file. If I spend less time on your file, you pay less money. I have more time to provide services to other people, to other businesses. So it's win-win situation for both of us. We as accountants, I think bookkeepers too, not greedy people, don't want to spend all our time on one client. We want to serve many clients as possible. So if you make our life easier, kudo for you and kudo for us. We have more time to spend on more clients, okay? Now, why I touch a point of bank reconciliations and visa reconciliations. Sometimes, and in many times, there is like, they're not matching. But there's a reason why they're not matching, okay? We call discrepancies, but it's explanatory discrepancies. For example, you have in your bank $800, $1,000. But according to your books, in your bank in the books, by the records, you only have 800. And you're asking what's happened. In my books, I have 800. In the bank, I have $1,000. Why I have this $200 difference? And this $200 difference is because you pay with a check, for example, to your bookkeeper, and he did not deposit this money in his bank. So you in your bank have $1,000. However, your book saying is that you should have only 800. Correct, 800 because your bookkeeper did not take this money from your account and transfer it to him. This is what called bank reconciliations. That's why we're doing, because people can think that they have a lot of money, but they're not taking into consideration any expenses that they paid, and the people did not deposit yet their checks in their bank accounts. And you may think that you have a lot of money, but actually you're not. The same comes with an income. According to your bank, you have, according to your books, you have $1,000, and your bank have only $800. What's happening? It's because you received 200 from your client, but you didn't went to the bank and deposited it yet. So your book showing you have thousands, your bank shows that you have 800. We have a difference of $200 that's sitting in the drawer, in a car, in the drawer in your business, and you did not deposit it because you forgot about it. Or maybe you did not forget it, you just didn't went to the bank to deposit it. So this is what bank reconciliation and visa reconciliations come to solve. They're actually showing and saying to you the true situation of your money in your bank, how much you spend, how much is in. This is what's showing to correct picture of your business. That's why it's important to do bank reconciliation and visa reconciliations. So if you're going to follow these two tips, internally to record your records in Excel sheet, or keep it in a binder in chronological order, income and expenses, it's going to save you money. Time is money, means that we're going to spend less time to prepare bookkeeping for your business, means that you're going to pay less money for our services. If you're going to follow these two advices, two tips, you are amazing. If you're already following this, kudo for you. Please visit my website, alphabetacpa.ca. You can also write to me in email at info@alphabetacpa.ca. Also, please write comments in YouTube And if you have any suggestions what for I do in next video, please do not hesitate. Write. I will do video according to your suggestions. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.